All right, good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Ray Spencer. I'm the homicide lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'm out here this afternoon to brief you on a homicide investigation that we are conducting in the 4700 block of Copper Sage Street, which is a commercial area near the intersections of Lamb and Craig. I stress the details that I'm sharing right now are very preliminary, and I apologize, but it is going to be extremely convoluted to explain. So at around 11 o'clock this morning, officers responded on report of a shooting in the street directly behind me. What we have learned is that a group of coworkers that work at a business directly behind me were involved in an altercation. Specifically, and I'll refer to them as employees 1 and 2. Employees 1 and 2 were involved in an altercation earlier this morning. Those two employees had agreed to have a fist fight after or at lunchtime. So at lunchtime, employees 1 and 2 walk off of the property down the street to fight. Several other of the employees followed them from the business to watch the fight. Employee number 2 also called a friend of his to witness the fight. Employee 1 during the fight was winning the fight with employee number 2. At that point, the friend that employee number 2 called pulled out a handgun and started shooting. As a result of him shooting, he struck employees number 3 and 4 who were witnessing the fight, and also struck the person who was winning the fight. Everybody then fled the scene with the exception of employee number 3 who was watching the fight. Employee number 3 is a Hispanic male who was transported to UMC Trauma, where he was pronounced deceased. Moments later, we received a call from North Vista Hospital that another male had been dropped off. That male is going to be employee number 4, who is a Hispanic male in his late teens. He was then transported from North Vista Hospital to UMC Trauma. He is currently in critical condition at UMC Trauma. While officers were on scene, we were notified that another male had contacted North Las Vegas Police advising that he had been shot. That male was employee number 2, who was the person struck during the gunfire when he was involved in, employee number 1, who was involved in the fight with employee number 2. So right now, we are looking for the friend of employee number 2 and employee number 2 who fled the scene. They are all described as Hispanic males in their late teens to early 20s. We do know who employee number 2 is. We just don't know who his friend is. That's where we're at this point in the investigation. So just to recap, we have one person deceased who is a Hispanic male in his early 20s. We have 2 other victims, both of gunshot wounds, one in critical condition, the other described as non-life-threatening injuries. I urge anyone who has any information to please reach out to Crime Stoppers. Your information will be completely anonymous, or you can also reach out to homicide@lvmpd.com. And again, urge anybody who has any information to please reach out to us. With that, I'll take a couple questions if you have them.
Condition on employee number 1, and then is employee number 2 facing any possible charges in this?
Right now, it's still too early on in the investigation regarding employee number 2. We don't know. We're still trying to find out what exactly led up to the shooting. As far as employee, your question with number 1 was...
what condition?
His injuries are described as non-life-threatening. He has a gunshot wound, but non-life-threatening.
Do we know if employee number 2 called his friend with the purpose of bringing a gun?
We know he called his friend. We don't know what the purpose of that conversation was. That's what we're still trying to figure out. We know that employee number 2 was losing the fist fight, and that's what prompted his friend to pull out a gun and start shooting.
Can you tell us what business, and did their supervisors know that they had planned some sort of fight happen on the street?
No, I don't think. I'm not going to put out the name of the business that they're involved with. There's nothing at this point that leads us to believe that the supervisors knew. That is why they left the property of the business, trying to keep it away from the actual business that they worked at.
Did other employees tell you the information about the fight, the plan, or was that one of the victims?
I'm not going to get into the specifics of how we got to the preliminary information that I'm disclosing, but that's kind of where we're at this point.
This just seems really childish, how this starts. I mean, the kind of playground stuff that you hear about. Boulevard High School. Can you give me some sort of context here? How rare is this to happen at a business park? Have you been on a call like this before?
It's a unique situation where you have people that are working together that leads to a fist fight where people show up and start shooting. This is unique.
Are you getting a lot of cooperation, or are people being tight-lipped? You said that there were a lot of witnesses, a lot of people were involved. Are they helping?
There's a lot of people at the scene cooperating with the investigation. It's extremely complex, kind of just trying to explain it, let alone, put all the moving parts together. So it'll come together throughout the afternoon, and I'm sure we'll have more later in the evening. So.
Do you know what led up to the fight?
I don't know what led up to the fight. I've gotten some information that they've had an ongoing dispute between the two of them as far as employees 1 and 2. Right.
But that's something management was unaware of, as far as you know.
I don't know the specifics of what management knows. I just know that's the information that we're getting. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Right, yeah. And you do, yeah, I was like, how did you do that?
It was all Jenga.